It is 6:03 a.m. Three Venezuelan patrol ships tear across the Caribbean Sea at 28 knots. They're not shadowing, but they're blocking. Engines screaming, white water curling off their hulls as they angle straight for the heart of us Navy carrier group south of Curaçao. On the deck of the USS George Washington, motion freezes. The collision alarm erupts across the flight deck. 3 fast contacts bearing 217, range 12 nautical miles, closing fast and the CIC tension spikes like a live wire. On optical zoom, the flags snap into focus. Red, blue, and yellow. Venezuela. This isn't shadowing, someone says flatly. This is a wall. The USS gravely reacts first. Turbines roar to life. 10 degrees starboard. Wake foaming white across the strike group. Comms light up, calm, clipped, and surgical. Contacts closing at 28 knots. Recommend intercept posture. Maintain course. Carrier holds steady. The flight deck explodes into motion. Tie down chains. Snap off the MH-60R Seahawk. Rotor blades are unfolded, and the safety pins are pulled out. Over the intercom, a single line cuts through the noise. They're trying to block us. Sleek hulls, tight formation, no deviation. A strike group worth over $13 billion is now seconds away from having to blink or not. The commanding officer doesn't maintain course and speed. 3 ships, 1 line, and a U.S. carrier group that isn't slowing down. 6:05 a.m. engines thunder through the strike group as the USS gravely pushes ahead. A gray spear cutting across the carrier's bow. Her mission, intercept, show posture. Hold the line. In the Combat Information Center, the voice of the Surface Watch officer cuts through the noise. Contacts now inside 10 nautical miles, bearing steady speed constant at 28 knots. The captain leans forward, hand steady on the console. Visible posture, no targeting. Let them see us. Every sailor knows what that means. The Navy's unspoken rule, deterrence through presence. The destroyer banks slightly, turbines screaming at 90% power. Its 5 in Mark 45 gun turret pivots. 10 degrees starboard, deliberate, slow, unmistakable, no lock, no laser, just visibility. Above the MH-60R Seahawk gets clearance. Razor 21, you are go for launch. Eyes on, weapons cold. Copy gravely. Wheels up in 90 seconds. On deck, the helicopter crew moves with precision drilled into muscle memory. Tie downs clear. Rotors flex. 1 sailor yells clear left. The Seahawk lunges upward into the haze. Inside the CIC radar plots update. The Venezuelan patrol craft. 3 Gary-class vessels fan out slightly, keeping formation like chess pieces sliding into position. Their wakes form a shallow V aimed right across the carrier's nose. The communications officer transmits again on an open channel. Unidentified Venezuelan naval vessels. This is a United States warship operating in international waters. You are crossing a restricted formation. Alter course immediately. No response. Bridge to engineering. Maintain full turbine power. Copy full power set. Below decks. Sailors strap in at weapon stations. CSU's mounts hum online. The phalanx named SE Whiz begins its diagnostic whine. Barrels rotating at idle speed. Nobody's laughing, nobody's panicking, but this isn't a drill. Through binoculars, the contacts are visible now. Low silhouettes cutting white scars across the blue water. At this range, even without a radar lock, everyone aboard the Gravely can feel intent. Bridge CIC range to lead vessel now 8.6 nautical miles. Copy log and maintain intercept course. The carrier, meanwhile, doesn't move an inch. No heading change, no slowdown, because in naval language, that is the loudest message of all. You started this, you end it. By 6:08 a.m., the Seahawk clears the deck, rotors slicing through the humid Caribbean air. Within seconds, it banks south towards the contacts. 3 fast patrol ships running in V formation, 6 nautical miles ahead of the USS George Washington. Razor 21 airborne. The pilot reports. Altitude 500 feet, eyes on formation in 1 minute. Down below, the USS gravely surges through open water, shadowing the carrier's flank like a guard dog off its leash. Her gray hull cutting a clean wake that flashes white under the rising sun. On her for deck, the Mark 45-5, in gun sits rotated forward, deliberate, visible, but silent. Inside the carrier's combat direction center, the surface plot displays look like a slow-motion collision. 3 red icons, 1 blue spear point. Distance is shrinking. Range now 5.4 nautical miles, calls out the tactical officer. The reply is immediate. Weapons visible only, do not paint targets. Because in moments like this, discipline is the weapon. The Seahawk arrives first. Its FLIR pod locks onto the Venezuelan vessels. Small hulls, gray-green paint, light signatures from diesel exhausts, visual confirmation on 3 Gay Carry-class patrol craft. The sensor operator says, formation steady heading north-northeast, speed to 7 knots, from 600 feet. The details are crisp. Venezuelan flags whipping in the wind. Binoculars trained back toward the U.S. ships. Razor 21 to Gravely. They're in blockade posture. Recommend continued visual intercept. Copy, maintain eyes. No overflight. The Seahawk circles wide, keeping the sun behind it. A silhouette the Venezuelans can't ignore. Every second of video feeds straight into the Gravely systems below, aboard the destroyer. Sailors brace behind bulkheads as the foul Seaways turret hums into life. 6 barrels glinting under the dawn light. Its nickname Sea Whiz fits it. The system can spit 4,500 rounds a minute if needed, but for now, it is just watching. Every camera on deck records, every radar pulse is logged. Not aggression, just evidence. Bridge CIC-led vessel now within 4.9 nautical miles. Copy, maintain posture. The carrier group still hasn't slowed. Jets are secured. Launch crews at ready. Catapults cold but powered. The strike group's commander knows. Turning now means conceding the lane. The Seahawk's infrared feed paints the scene in ghostly white. 3 Venezuelan hulls forming a barrier of steel across the sea. The pilot mutters over comms, half-whispered, half-warning. They're holding the wall. The pilot mutters over comms, half-whispered, half-warning. They're holding the wall. Back aboard Gravely. The captain glances at the plot. 1 blink away from confrontation. Keep our bow pointed right through them, he says calmly. They wanted to block a carrier group. Let's show them what that looks like. 612 aim. The sea narrows to tension and distance 4 nautical miles. 3 Venezuelan hulls slicing across the path of a U.S. carrier group, moving at 20 knots. Every deck camera is rolling. You better believe it. But every sailor is silent. On board the USS Gravely, the bridge loudspeaker crackles. Bridge to all stations, stand by for radio call. Then the first message goes out, calm and precise. Venezuelan naval vessels. This is United States warship operating in international waters. You are approaching a restricted formation. Alter course immediately. Seconds of static, then a reply in clipped, accented English. You are entering our security zone. Reduce speed and change heading now. No one moves in the CIC. The air is red and electric. The radar sweep traces the moments like a heartbeat. Contacts holding steady at 27 knots. Distance closing to 3.8 nautical miles, reports the Surface Watch officer. The captain's voice stays level. Maintain course. Maintain speed. Visible posture only. Up above, the Seahawk keeps circling. Its FLIR turret locked onto the lead Venezuelan ship. From 700 feet, the camera shows missile pod silhouettes on the deck. Uncovered, angled. The image streams live under the destroyer screens. Razor 21 to Gravely. Visual on weapons pods. No radar locks detected. Copy. Hold orbit. On the carrier's flag bridge, the strike group commander folds his arms, eyes fixed on the forward display. This isn't an escort maneuver, he mutters. They're staging a blockade. Back on the Venezuelan side, the lead ship issues another transmission, this time in Spanish, Bolivarian security zone. Change course. The American reply is immediate. Negative, operating lawfully in international waters under UNCLOS maintained safe separation. At 3.4 nautical miles, the geometry becomes personal. The Venezuelans shift formation. Bow waves almost parallel to the Gravely's wake. Inside the destroyer's CIC, the crew's breathing syncs with the radar pings. Bridge, W. No targeting transmissions yet, but they're painting us with surface search radar. Copy. Log every pulse. The foul-length turret on the Gravely turns a few degrees, just enough for the sunlight to catch its barrels. The message is silent but unmistakable. We see you aboard the Venezuelan lead ship. Binoculars flash back in the same light. The next 30 seconds feels like 30 minutes. Every order, every gesture could ignite the world's next headline. They're not backing off, someone whispers. And neither are we, the captain replies. Then almost imperceptibly, the tone shifts. Venezuelan engines throttle down from 28 knots down to 20. The formation holds, but the aggression drains from the motion. For the first time, both sides stop closing distance. The standoff holds, balance between pride and physics. 6:18 a.m. engines settle. Wake lines smooth out across the Caribbean like someone exhaled. The Venezuelan patrol boat drifts from aggression to observation, their bows angling east. Throttles eased back to 18 knots. On the USS Gravely, the tension doesn't break, it bends a little. Bridge CIC contacts reducing speed. Formation dispersing slightly. Copy. Hold course. Keep recording. The Seahawk circles one last time overhead. The FLIR camera still locked on the lead hull. The heat bloom from its exhaust dims as power levels drop. Razor 21 to Gravely. Visual onc course change. They're pulling away. Roger that. Maintain altitude and observe until full separation on the carrier's bridge. Nobody celebrates. The USS George Washington stays on heading 217-20 knots. Steady as a freight train. The commander folds his arms and says quietly, "Keep it that way. We don't reward bluffs." Down in the CIC, operators log every second. Radar sweeps bearing changes, timestamps. The moment becomes data. Evidence that professionalism beats provocation. At 6:23 a.m., the Venezuelan patrol craft officially turned east-southeast, running parallel to their coastline. Range 6.2 nautical miles and widening. No shots fired, but the message was louder than any explosion. Caracas blinked first. By 6:30 a.m., the strike group resumes standard formation. The Seahawk returns to deck, rotors folded in with the sound of steel relief. For the sailors, it is just another day logged and filed. At 6:45 a.m., the sea looks calm again, like none of it ever happened. The carrier group pushes onward. Flight deck crews back to routine. Sunlight spilling over the steel gray. But every sailor on that deck knows what really took place. No gunfire, no missiles, just nerve, precision, and posture. This wasn't about firepower. It was about who would blank first. And out here, patience is its own weapon. Nobody on board calls it a victory, but everyone understands the message. Freedom of navigation doesn't pause for politics. For Caracas, this was theater. For Washington, it was Tuesday. Now the question moves on to you. If you were standing there on that bridge that morning watching 3 patrol boats close in, would you have held your course or played it safe? Tell me what you guys think down below. I read every single comment. And if you enjoyed this breakdown and you want to see more real encounters like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. If you want to take it a step further and support the channel directly, please join the fleet. You'll get loyalty badges, priority replies, and you'll be helping us bring more true maritime stories to you. Click join on the channel page and get on board. Fair wind, sailors, and remember, coffee always tastes a whole lot better when you didn't have to dodge a Venezuelan patrol boat before sunrise. I'll see you in the next one.